Impact your life directly?
Yeah, I remember getting in a fairly rowdy fight on Ocean and Glenwood with the Imperial Lords, which were from St. Rose, and they were black and Latino, and we were Irish and Italian. And they came to one of our dances, and one thing led to another. And outside, I remember I was fighting Ivan the Devil, who was like much taller and bigger than me. So
Yeah.
I stayed as close as I could to him, so he couldn't hit me. Because if you're really close, they can't really hit you that hard.
Right.
Um, and my friend Ronnie Patilio lost a couple of teeth to a pipe. And they picked up 2x4s, and one guy had a blackjack, and they ripped the car aerial off a priest's car, whipped me with it. I was running down the block, almost took off my ear. But there were the days of like zip guns, little car aerials made into 22 single shot guns, or if anybody had a gun, it was really rowdy. But people did have guns, and we had our protectors, the guys from Crops, the older guys. They had found somebody. I remember they found a body in the freezer in the basement of Crops. So that's the kind of guys they were. I mean, who knew who they were, who did it? But the
I'm sorry, what was Crops?
it was a place on Flatbush Avenue, like a hangout. Everybody had a hangout where you would hang out. And
Okay.
that was like a candy store.
Okay.
And I remember one time being in front of the church after the fight. The guys from Crops had come afterwards, Jackie Purvis, Joe Perfidio, and they did have guns. So they went looking for the guys from the Imperial Lords because they had come onto their territory and fucked with the kids, so to speak. Because we were 16 at the time, they were 18, 19.
Yeah.
And about 2 days later, I was standing in front of Our Lady of Refuge with a guy named Connie Kraus. And across the street, I look, and there's like 30 of these guys from the Imperial Lords. They're all wearing their little hats with their sleeves, rolled up. And they were marching literally three abreast down the block. And they came to the front of the church, and I told Connie, you could get out of here, because I know they were coming for me. And Connie said, no, it's one of the long-term memory. He said, no, don't worry, if you go down, I'll go down. So we stood there, they surrounded us, and Ivan, the devil, came up to me and said, I want to apologize for last night. Flipped out his business card, gave it to me, and he said, if you ever have any problems, call us. So apparently the word had been out that they fucked with the wrong people, so that was over. But the priest was ripshit because his car, they ripped the aerial off the priest, who was the
Right.
guy who put together this confraternity. It was from this, background that we all went into Vietnam at, 18, 19 years old. I graduated from high school in 1964.